Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Padhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP is a social and IC certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already served 3 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional IGP is a training faculty for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing sorry professional qualification. Sorry. The Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner to respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar, courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we also trying to serve more than 100 premium service for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and wall knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many, many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinar and offline online courses for youth and learner for professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we arrange with qualified trainer, speaker, and instructor. We extended free services to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in last 3 years. We have affiliation with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual mouse signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation of future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,346 webinars successfully. Wow. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we completed 1,346 webinars successfully. Wow. At present, we are going to start our 1,347 webinar, which name is School Leadership Come Community Partnership. And today, our speaker ma'am name is Dr. Dita Treris T. Ramos. She is from Philippines. Before I hand over the speech to our speaker ma'am, we also share a very little bit about her. Principal one currently leading and managing an SBM Level 3 School Resource Speaker District in Service Trainer for Teacher Babel East District Babel Trainer. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Ma'am, please present your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. So, hello, Philippines. Mabuhay. Hello, global audience. A pleasant evening to one and all. For this evening's webinar, which will be about school leadership community partnership. But before I begin my
Ma'am, please add your
presentation,
slides. We can see your slides.
yeah, I slides. Okay, there. Wait, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. The stage is in. You can
Okay,
start your presentation now.
okay, ma'am. So, before I begin my presentation and discussion of my topic, allow me please to acknowledge and thank the people who have shown immense support, motivation, and inspiration to make this webinar opportunity possible. Alright. Okay, so let me thank once again and acknowledge Dr. Kaushik Datta, Director and Founder of IGP, Institute of Global Professionals, Dr. Ronnie S. Magyari, Classified Schools Division Superintendent of SDO Tarlac Province, Dr. Laida L. Zamora, PSDS, our Public Schools District Supervisor of Bamban East District, Dr. Redentor Tabamo, School Head of Josephine Owangco Technical Vocational School, Dr. Narciso I. Ambrosio Jr., EPS2 of SDO Angeles City, and the OIC Assistant Principal 2 of Malabañas Integrated School, my Bamban is District family, of course, my De Los Remedios Elementary School family, and of course, my family and friends. My family that includes my mother, my husband, my husband, Ariel Ramos, my two lovely daughters, Antonio Darlene and Azriel Feliz, and my three brothers, Warren, Raymond, and Sydney as well. And again, of course, to my okay, okay, so my topic uh, is about educational leadership from community partnership. Okay, so to start with, here are the objectives of my topic. Number one, which is to explain educational leadership, then to identify and elaborate the types of educational leaders, enumerate and explain the characteristics of educational leaders, define partnership, explain community partnership, identify and explain building partnership principles, skills, and steps. Now, let us first define what educational leadership is. So, educational leadership is built on the premise of constructive and applying knowledge in ways to make a positive difference. So, through collaboration and communication, Professionals in educational leadership work with diverse communities and build partnerships to promote positive outcomes by setting and meeting transformative goals. So, as a school leader, we should make a difference in our school, but not only to the school that we serve, but most especially to the life of our students. Now, what are these transformative goals? A set of changes needed to apply to go from the current to the desired status with the participation of everyone, the school community in particular. As we all know, change is inevitable. There is nothing permanent in this world other than change, right? So the only constant in this world, as they say, is change. Thus, we need to transform and we need to be resilient and adaptive to whatever changes that we have at the hand or we will have in the future, especially if in we have the goal of transforming our school. Next, let us define educational leader. An educational leader serves as a guide and influences other educators in an administrative setting. Leaders in these executive roles work toward finding ways to improve learning and to improve the process of educating students. They serve elementary, secondary, post-secondary institutions, as well as early childhood education centers. School site leaders, directors, principals, and assistant administrators are employed to work either as the sole educational leader or in small teams. So typical positions for educational leaders in administrative settings are principal, superintendent, academic dean, director, head of the school, department chair, and president. Now, a true leader is someone who brings people together to get things done. So, as Helen Keller once said, that alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Next, they rely not on power over others, but on other people's genuine trust. They build trust with people, facilitating collaboration and bringing everyone together as teams to reach a common goal. So the school leader must always encourage teamwork and collaboration among his or her teachers towards a common goal. And in any relationship or in any organization, trust is really important as well as integrity because integrity is the foundation of trust. A leader has vision, a desire to build something, to bring something new into the world. They also have the empathy and understanding to forge strong connections with others, keeping everyone safe. Okay. So that means that a school leader with a vision knows where the school has been, where the school is at the present, and where it will be in the future. So a visionary leader ensures the vision becomes reality by stating clear goals, outlining a strategic plan for achieving those goals, and equipping and empowering each member to take action on the plan of the organization, team, and individual levels. Now, there are types of educational leaders, and these are five. Okay, so number one is authentic leader, two, transformative leader, three, transactional leader, four, servant leader, and five, distributed leader. So first, let us discuss on a leader as being authentic. He or she is self-aware, genuine, leads with a heart, focused on long-term results. So authentic leaders are those who are true to themselves and the principles that guide them. Although they may be in charge, their principles ultimately govern them, and people ultimately matter to them. Next, the transformational leader causes positive change on student learning, develops followers into leaders, improves morale, increases motivation and performance, knows his or her teachers well, and serves as a role model who inspires teachers, students, and other stakeholders. Number three is being an transactional leader, for which it means that he or she is concerned with keeping the school running smoothly, uses motivational techniques such as disciplinary actions and incentives, concerned with what is happening now and not about the future. And number four, being the servant leader, which means it helps others first before herself, builds relationships, focuses on student learning and other needs, serves for the good of each person, not just the educational institution. As servant leaders, we are here to serve and not to be served. We always look first and foremost the general welfare of our school and most especially our learners. And last, we have the distributed leader, which focuses on shared responsibilities by stakeholders, builds on the capacity of others to create change. All levels in the school come together to improve student learning. Okay, now, so um, leaders shape our nation, communities, and organization. So we need good leaders to help guide us and make the essential large-scale decisions that keep the world moving. Okay? So it's not that easy really to be a leader. As we say, with greater power comes with greater responsibility. Okay, now let us discuss the characteristics of a good leader. Okay, so number one, we have the integrity. Okay, so two, empowering, three, visionary, four, inclusive, five, passionate, six, risk taker, seven, lead by example, eight, communicator, nine, self-aware, and 10, respectful. Okay, so as we discuss what each characteristic is. Okay? So educational leaders possess integrity. So integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Integrity is an essential leadership trait for the individual and the organization because we cannot run, or it's hard to run or govern or rule a school or any organization if you don't have these characteristics. Integrity. In here, Dwight D. Eisenhower said that the supreme quality for leadership is integrity. Next, Educational leaders empower teachers and cultivate leadership skills. So, what does this mean? Great school leaders know that they are not running a one man show, that they cannot do it all alone. So, we need them, right? So, we know that they must surround themselves with great teachers and colleagues. And not only that, they must fully support teachers and staff by encouraging them to continually learn, develop, and perhaps most important, become leaders themselves. So I am sure that you will agree with me that learning never stops, right? It is continuous and that there's always a room for improvement. Thus, we must always encourage our teachers to attend different trainings, workshops, and enroll in postgraduate school, and later on will earn their master's and doctoral degrees for their continuous professional growth and development. And at the same time, we empower them to cultivate leadership in them. Next, educational leaders have a vision and a plan. The very best leaders are also visionaries. They have a goal that they can unite a team around and plan to help them get there. Not just that, but they are able to clearly articulate their school vision and goals. So vision is perhaps is the most important qualities a leader can have as it provides momentum and direction, not just for the team leader, but for each and every team member. Of course, in order for leaders to be successful in pursuing their vision and enacting their plan, they must share their vision with unrelenting action to make this vision a reality. So, vision and passion from an effective leader should generate inspiration, motivation, and excitement throughout the school. And besides, without a vision, there is no leadership at all. And a leader without a vision is barely tolerable. Okay? And here I quote and unquote, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way by John C. Maxwell. Okay, now, educational leaders create inclusive learning environment. Inclusive learning provides all students with access to flexible learning choices and effective paths for achieving educational goals in spaces where they experience a sense of belonging. The best educators know this and prioritize inclusivity, creating safe and friendly learning environments for our learners that nurture every student. So every student is welcome, is included. Leaders that prioritize inclusive learning also typically believe that every person can contribute to the greater learning community and therefore they encourage collaboration between faculty as well as students. So when we say inclusive education, all types of learners, regardless of their race, gender, disabled or non-disabled, including those with special learning needs, and also those that speak minority languages, are included or mainstreamed in regular schools, colleges, and universities. Thus, I may relate this to education for all of 2015 and to no one must be left behind policy. Okay, next we move to educational leaders are passionate about their work. Passion is a critical ingredient for nearly anyone who wants to be successful and happy in their job. But passion is especially important for school leaders who typically have a great influence on their school climate and culture. Passionate people have a contagious energy that can greatly affect teacher satisfaction and drive as well as student performance. So, if you work with all your heart, you have that passion, you give your best in everything that you do. Everything seems easy and possible, and you can greatly affect the people around you positively. And I'm very sure you will have their 101% support. Now, we have educational leaders encourage risk taking. What most educators already know is that failure can be the greatest teacher. Just as teachers should encourage risk taking amongst their students in order to spur growth, truly effective leaders encourage risk taking amongst their subordinates and colleagues by creating a supportive environment that rewards not just successful ideas or initiatives, but effort as well, no matter the outcome is. So it doesn't matter how many times we fall or we fail. What matters is we don't stop from trying and learn from these failures. Besides, we will never know in the first place unless we give it a try or unless we have that courage to take the risk. This is also similar to going out from our comfort zones, if I may relate, and be courageous enough to try things that we haven't done before and face the possible risk outside our comfort zones and learn from this experience. And next, educational leaders lead by example. Leaders who lead by example position themselves as tremendous role models for not only the students in their school or district, but for colleagues and parents as well. A leader that leads by example almost always receives respect and admiration without he or she will find little luck in leadership. As philosopher and physician Albert Schweitzer once said, example is the main thing that ayan, it is the only thing it's there. So one of the best ways to be a role model or to be an effective school leader is by setting good examples. And one is simply by putting your words into action, showing that you mean what you say by actively doing it yourself. It is a version of the everyday phrase, practice what you preach and walk the talk, right? Okay, next. Educational leaders has a good communication skills. We all know, we are all aware that having good communication skills is very, very much important, especially if we are dealing with people, right? The people that we serve. Okay. So the best leaders are skilled communicators who are able to communicate in variety of ways from transmitting information to inspiring others to coaching direct reports. So communication skills in leadership are important as they enable you to take responsible for your team and convey your message in clear and unambiguous terms. With excellent communication, you can set the tone for your workplace and make it easier for your team members to understand your work expectations. It may also help you create an atmosphere where they feel comfortable expressing themselves and getting feedback. Okay. Next, educational leaders possess self-awareness. So self-awareness is the ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, thoughts, or emotions do or don't align with your internal standards. If you're highly self-aware, you can objectively evaluate yourself, manage your emotions, align your behavior with your values, understand correctly how others perceive you. Okay? And then educational leaders show respect. So treating people with respect on a daily basis is one of the most important things a leader can do. It will ease tensions and conflict, create trust, and improve effectiveness. So inasmuch as trust is important in any relationship or in any organization, and so is respect. As they often say, respect begets respect. So, in order to have a meaningful, productive, and harmonious working relationship, respect is indeed essential. Okay? And I quote and unquote, leadership is not about controlling, it's about inspiring. Okay? Next. Now, let's take a look at the picture in the next slide. Okay, so what can you say about the gestures shown in the picture? So, okay, so as uh, we can see two or more people having a formal conversation, and at the center, we see two individuals shaking hands, right? Which I think it signifies partnership, right? Okay. So, having said that, what is partnership? Okay. So, a partnership is an agreement where two or more people or groups work together toward mutual goals. Partnerships can be formal, informal, and even unspoken as long as they include people or groups working together. Most experts agree that a partnership must benefit both sides for it to be truly effective. Okay? So, okay. So as I continue, when two parties come together for the common good of the school or to enhance student learning, we call this an educational partnership. Partners can include anyone who is interested in or committed to enriching educational experiences for students, families, schools, and the community. Now, speaking of community, it is also important that for every school, we have community partnership building. So, what is community partnership in a school? The parties commit to specific activities intended to benefit students, improve student achievement, promote community service and collaboration, and help accomplish school improvement goals. A community partner may be the following. It could be local, state, national, public, community-based, private, and academic organization. Okay, so educational leaders understand the importance of building community. Effective school leaders build and sustain reciprocal family and community partnerships and leverage those partnerships to cultivate inclusive, caring, and culturally responsive school communities. To build these community networks, it is essential that school leaders are visible in their schools and community. develop trust, and create a sense of transparency and shared purpose with parents, staff community members, and students. So it is very vital that schools should establish and strengthen its partnership with its community towards a common goal for the benefit of its students to impact quality learning. We involve them in setting a vision, clear goals, and in addressing issues, concerns, and challenges that needs to be addressed. We need them to successfully implement and accomplish the school's programs, projects, and activities. But how can we achieve all these things? We need to set a tone of honesty, transparency, and develop a sense of trust to create and sustain partnership with our community. Now, how to build partnership in the first place? So, hey, let me now lead to you to the four principles of partnership. Okay, so number one, still trust. Then, second, neutrality. Third, solidarity. And fourth is accountability. Okay, so trust is the most important if the partnership crosses many boundaries interpersonal, interinstitutional, cross-cultural at the same time. In such conditions, relationships are open to risk of misunderstanding and there is need for a clear expression of interest and aspiration on both sides. Okay, so we have already discussed about trust earlier in my discussion. Let's move to the second one, which is yeah. Okay, so trust matters. Okay, I almost forgot this one. So if people like you, they will listen to you, but if they trust you, they will do business with you by Zig Ziglar. Okay, if you are trusted, then for sure they will trust you. They will have this partnership with you with no hesitations at all, something like that. Okay, so that's why trust matters. Now, again, let me proceed to the second one, which is about mutuality. In this case, the partnership relations are open to dialogue and exchange of views. Respect is of utmost importance. Okay, so in here, mutuality, it should be a two-way dialogue or conversation. And also in here, listening to one's ideas, opinion, and suggestions is very essential. Okay, next, solidarity. What does solidarity mean? So, solidarity means sensitivity and commitment to the problems, efforts, and constraints of other partners, particularly of those living in conditions of poverty and oppression. It implies a readiness to respond appropriately and in timely manner to varied needs. If partners, or even just one partner of the partners, are only doing for the poor without commitment, it will be difficult to attack the roots of the real problems. Solidarity is not just a catchword. Okay? It means response to real needs. Okay, next. Uh, I think this is the last one. Accountability. Okay. So in any partnership, it involves rights and obligation. An accountability partner is a person you trust to help you follow through with the commitment or goal you made. This person holds you accountable for the action and behaviors that can influence your progress toward reaching a goal. An accountability partnership can mean that two individuals hold each other accountable for commitment and goals. Okay? So, in here, with accountability, one of the challenging roles of a school leader is having the aura that stands for authority, responsibility, and accountability. So we, together with our school partners, should always be aware and careful of the fact that we are held responsible and duly accountable to every action that we make, such as, for example, in implementing school policies or school projects, programs, and activities. And then, now let's talk about partnership skills. What are these partnership skills that we need to know? Okay, so first, we have the communication skills. First things first, partnership management relies on good communication skills. You'll need to be skilled in communicating both during the negotiation phase of a partnership and long afterwards. Okay, next, empathy. According to Cambridge Dictionary, empathy is the ability to share someone else's feelings or experiences by imagining what it would be like to be in that person's situation. In partnership terms, that means taking the time to put yourself in your partner's shoes and understand things from their perspective. So I believe that empathy is paired with understanding, really, towards a smooth sailing partnership. Next, strategic thinking. The ability to think strategically will ensure you have the right focus when you are forming new partnerships or further developing or sustaining the current ones. So, to explain this further, strategic thinking skills are important for school leaders to lead and manage improvement while remaining focused on achieving the school's vision. Strategy leadership involves decision making aimed at shaping the direction of the organization. It is the ability to take the right action at the right time. Leaders in schools must continue to think strategically and to critically review and refocus their goals on an annual basis within a 5-year vision from medium to longer term. Okay, next, an analytical mindset. So having an analytical mindset is crucial when it comes to managing partnerships, as it's what enables you to understand why something did or didn't work. With an analytical mindset, you will be able to pinpoint useful partnership to measure your partnership impact. Okay, so we have to analyze or we have to go deeper and have this focus group discussion and get feedback from our school partners on what went wrong and what actions must be taken to address present issues and concerns. Next, we have creativity. So now for something a bit different, creativity might not be the first thing you would think or of. We ask you to brainstorm the most central strategic partnership management skills, but it's certainly an important one. After all, the very best strategic partnerships are those that involve thinking outside the box. So a strategic partnership is all about bringing together the best of two brands, making them stronger together than they are alone. So every partnership will be slightly different. Okay? And using your creativity will allow you to think of impactful partnership ideas that truly utilize both your skills. So when we establish partnership, we get to deal with people with different personalities and perspectives, right? So I believe we have to bring all those together, such as sharing of creative ideas towards a common goal. And what is that common goal? Is the continuous improvement of the school and to improve student learning outcome, right? And then organizational skills. It probably goes without saying that you need to be organized. After all, you'll likely have multiple partnerships to manage, all with different plans, different time scales, different aims, and different deadlines. So I think being organized has also something to do with time management skills. We also need to consider the availability of our partners or stakeholders where both parties' time schedules meet to sit and talk over school matters and concerns, especially those that need urgent or immediate action. And then the ability to prioritize. Prioritization is on the essential partnership skills that we need to make the very best use of your own efforts and those of your team. It's also a skill that you need to create calmness and space in your life so that you can focus your energy and attention on the things that really matter. Okay, so this means that uh, when we say ability to prioritize, it is a process by which potential development items are ranked in order of importance. It is important because it will allow you to give your attention to tasks that are more important and urgent so that you can later focus on the lower ones. And so for better results or outcome, prioritization must be observed and practiced in any organization. Okay, now let's proceed to the steps in building partnership. Okay, so steps in partnership building using the cross-stake partners. Key for profiling and assessment of needs and gaps. A. Align with the educational goals. R. Resource generation and mobilization. C. Taking on the partnership. And networking the partners into convergence for the community. E. Establish shared ownerships of partnerships. R. Recognizing and celebrating partnerships. S. Sustaining the partnerships. Okay, so for profiling and assessment of needs and learning gaps, profiling is the act or process of concluding information about a person based on known traits or tendencies and capabilities. Next, needs assessment is a part of planning processes often used for improvement in individuals, education training, organizations, or communities. It can refine and improve a product such as training or service a client receives. It can be an effective tool to clarify problems and identify appropriate interventions or solutions. Then learning gaps is a discrepancy between what a student has learned and what a student was expected to learn by a specific point in their education. Thus must be given attention and priority. Next, align with educational goals. Educational goals are statements describing skills, attributes, and competencies students should have while pursuing a program or course of study. Educational goals state what the teacher or student wishes to achieve. Areas of attitude, skills, and knowledge may be stated individually or combined when forming educational goals. Then, We have the generation and mobilization. Okay, so resource generation refers to all activities involved in securing new and additional resources for your organization. It also involves making better use of and maximizing existing resources. Achieving this vision requires more than just individual action. It requires systematic, cultural, policy, and institutional shift, reparations, and radical reimagining of society. So we all know that in school setup, okay, the school has only a bigger and limited budget. So the school needs to generate and mobilize resources from stakeholders from both internal and external in order to augment the needed resources and implement the school programs, projects, and activities successfully. So this was greatly seen and felt during the COVID-19 pandemic, wherein we needed to seek for financial assistance from stakeholders during the health crisis in order to produce self-learning modules and learning activity sheets for our learners in the absence of face-to-face classes. So here are some pictures taken in our school during those difficult times. Okay, so from that picture, we see our stakeholders who have supported the school, maybe in kind or in cash, but mostly in kind for the procurement of bond paper for the said modules, self-learning modules needed by our learners during that time. Okay, next we have taking on the partnerships. Partnership can be formal or informal or even unspoken as long as they include people or groups working together. When parties come together for the common good or to enhance student learning, we call this an educational partnership. Okay, next we have networking the partners into convergence for the community. So through the convergence process, dialogue stakeholders from all sides of education debates came to a common understanding of what learners need to succeed and thrive in the 21st century. Their vision statement now serves as a guidepost for communities and educators can adopt to create learner-centered schools and systems. Okay, so in our humble school at the Los Remedios Elementary School, Bamban East District, Bamban Tarlac, we conduct stakeholders convergence annually and discuss with them the current state of the school, the accomplishments of our school programs, projects, and activities within the school year, both in academic performance as well as the learning needs of our students and other needed resources. So, okay, so let us take a look of this one where we gather, we involve, we invite our stakeholders to discuss all those things whenever we conduct stakeholders convergence. Okay, okay. Next, uh, establish shared ownerships of partnership. Ownership is the amount of investment learners, teachers, and administrators have in the subjects and issues that are being learned in the classroom, as well as within the school community as a whole. Ownership involves the methods used for learning and the places where learning happens. Partnership is a central component of educational ownership. Okay, then recognizing school partners and celebrating success or celebrating partnership success. It is an appreciation for an achievement, service, assistance, help, or ability. A simple recognition may be given per quarter, semester, or at the end of the school year. Awardees are given merit by the organization in recognition of the outstanding contribution in the success of educational programs. Okay? So, also in our school, we give award of recognition every quarter and at the end of the school year to our school partners, our patrons, donors, parents, and other stakeholders who have extended their utmost support and financial assistance to the school. And on this occasion, we gather to celebrate success. So here are some pictures again taken in our school during Recognition Day, the awarding of certificates of recognition to our community stakeholders. Okay? Okay. And S, we have sustaining the partnerships, able to be maintained at a certain rate or level for sustaining partnership. Okay, so with all the partnership principles, skills, and steps that have been mentioned and discussed, I believe that those are the important ingredients of sustaining a partnership with our community or with our stakeholders. Okay, so I think that ends my presentation, and let me just leave to you this quotation. I quote and unquote: "Unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved." So, with that, thank you very much for joining us, for listening. Thank you very much. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP Knowledge Seeker. Once again, thank you so much, dear ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back with our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participants.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
our first question is from Litin Baha. What is the role of leader under the functional approach of instructional leadership? Cordial thanks, ma'am, for excellent presentation and for answering and my questions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for that question. I will repeat your question. What is the role of leader under functional approach of instructional leadership? Okay, so for instructional leadership, we must see to it that we give our technical assistance to our teachers. Okay, so because technical assistance is so important for teachers so that they could improve what needs to be improved in their craft, isn't it? In delivering quality education to our learners. As they say, uh, quality teachers means quality instruction. That's it, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Ishaya. Ma'am, the third step in building partnership are stand for reconciling what?
Okay, so thank you, sir, for that question. And I will just repeat your question. This in building partnership, steps in building partnership. R stands for recognizing what? Well, I think R would be for recognizing our stakeholders for their um, outstanding contribution and utmost support. So we give due recognition to them so that from time to time that we will be needing their support, they are motivated and inspired enough to always support the school. Yeah. Okay, so that I think R stands for recognition, their uh, utmost or outstanding contribution to the school. Thank you, sir Asaya.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Facebook user. Good evening. Does partnership is really needed for every leader?
Yes, sir or ma'am. Partnership is really needed. It's indeed important for every leader because we cannot do it alone, right? No matter how competent we are, no matter how dedicated we are as a school leader, we can never do things alone. We need the help of others, right? We need the help of our community. That is why we need to involve them. We need their participation so that all our goals, plan, and vision for the school that we serve will be materialized for our learners, for the benefit of our learners. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Balanchi. Good evening, ma'am. How can we address educational leader, teacher in particular, who lack communication skill in engaging themselves in the community?
Okay, so uh, how can we address educational leaders, teachers in particular, who lack communication skills? Okay, in engaging themselves in the community. So, with this concern, I believe, ma'am, that teachers should attend to trainings that has to do that will develop and further improve teachers' communication skills. As being discussed in my presentation, we have seen and understood how communication skills is uh, how it is important, right, in dealing with the community, not only with our learners, but with the community. because even in our classroom, we will be needing the support of our parents, right? So it is really important that we have these good communication skills so that we can communicate to them the concerns and issues involving their children, like that, something like that, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. We covered all the questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, dear ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you so much, ma'am, again to the IGP and to the rest of the team. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. Have a wonderful evening.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. IGP Knowledge Seeker is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will be back. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Here, IGP Knowledge Seeker is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Today, our some technical problem we cannot share our certificate code. We provide our certificate code in a short time. Thank you. Today, our some technical problem we cannot share our certificate code. We provide our certificate code in a short time. Thank you. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Go to www.slido.com and find today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. Quiz code is Global IGP. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is Global IGP. With 40 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is, our community leadership includes city council, the school board, and who? Option 1, mayor. Option 2, governor. Option 1 is the right answer, and 92% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Danish is holding the first position. Our second question is, award demonstration of leadership and school and community involvement are placed under option 1, extracurricular activities, option 2, education. Option 1 is the right answer, and 86% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Danish is holding the first position. Our third question is, leadership includes sharing knowledge, skill, and insight with the school community. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Danish is holding the first position. Our fourth question is, the pandemic involved empathy, community, and crisis leadership within school system. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer. 76% people are right here in the leaderboard. Danish is holding the first position. Our fifth question is recognize students for character, scholarship, leadership, and service to the school and community. Option 1 and H is option 2 Spanish class. Option 1 is the right answer. 90% people are right here. The leaderboard Danish is holding the first position. Our sixth question is what school for student leadership campus did the community leader attend this year? Option 1 Gandra Gandidu. Option 2 Alpine. Option 2 is right answer. 34% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Cheryl is holding the first position. Our seventh question is sports communities service, school newspapers, a couple groups, and student leadership are all option 1 extracurriculums, option 2 part of college classes. Option 1 is the right answer, and 85% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Cheryl is holding the first position. Our eighth question is at Brooklyn High School for Leadership and Community Service, we believe that option 1 all students can identify steps needed to improve their grades. Option 2 grading is up to the teachers. Option 1 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlie is holding the first position. Our second last question of the evening session is how does having the first non-segregated school in the community show leadership? Option 1 it take one chance to influence a community to change. Option 2 pancake are good. Option 1 is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Cheryl is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the evening session is high school FFA participated in fundraising, community service events, competition, and leadership event. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer, and 89% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner, top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group in Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner, top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group in Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner, top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group in Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to good, not to people of things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, again wants to thank all our GP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.